Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming the Content Creators Confession video, which is a tag video created by Kate the Great and Better Off Red here on YouTube. So if you guys are nosy and you want to hear the answers to these very juicy questions, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl-friendly makeup videos here on my channel. So if that sort of thing sounds good to you, highly recommend subscribing because I do post pretty much every day and we've got a ton of content this week. I posted my new makeup releases video. I posted a first impressions video on the new Heather Austin and Adept Cosmetics collaboration palette. If you like seeing a lot of content, definitely a place for you. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. The first question is, how do you feel about the term influencer, and do you feel you are one? I'm not bothered by the term influencer. I think that influencer is a very broad way to kind of categorize what I do because technically anyone can be an influencer. I prefer the term content creator just because I feel like that's more of a definition of what I do on the internet. I like to create beauty content. There's also gaming content creators. There's anti-MLM content creators. Like, I think that is a better way to describe what I do here on the internet. So I'm not bothered by the term influencer, but to me, I think I consider myself more of a content creator. Second question, how did you decide to become a content creator? I am a marketing major. That's what I went to school for. I've always been fascinated by marketing and just the different techniques people use to market products. I enjoy branding, all of the stuff that goes into the whole process of selling a product. And so when I was in school, I started hearing about blogging. Yes, that's how old I am. And so I started hearing about blogging and I started following some bloggers like Cupcakes in Cashmere and Atlantic Pacific. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. I love fashion. I love clothes. So I started myself a little blog, and I don't know when the switch happened from clothing to makeup, but I don't even really care so much about what I wear anymore. I definitely have a major fascination with makeup, and it's just like this insatiable love for something. And I know it sounds so trivial because it's just makeup. I just don't know what happened. It just switched from clothing to makeup, and I've just been crazy about makeup ever since. And then I saw this YouTube thing and I was like, oh, I could do that. I love talking and I could do that. So then I started filming, I think, on my webcam, and then I had a little camera, and then, you know, I got more into it and started filming more consistently. Honestly, I would say my biggest supporter was my husband. He really saw my vision and he really encourages me to continue doing this. And it's so sweet. He's a great guy. So that's kind of how I decided to become a content creator and do it more often. And yeah, it's just been so fun. I'm still in love with it from when I started. Number 3, what's your experience with knowing other creators in life, good or bad? I can answer this from a micro-influencer perspective because when you start YouTube and you start watching other YouTubers, you're like, oh my gosh, I would love to be friends with that person. Them and I have so much in common. And now as my channel has grown a little bit, I actually am friends with so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. And some of the creators I admired so much, which I still do. I admire so many of my friends that are YouTubers, but I've also gotten to know them as human beings. And I think the one thing with the people that I'm friends with on YouTube, I would be friends with them even if we weren't YouTubers. And that's something that's important to me because all of this could go away any second and I would still be friends with these people. So I think that YouTube brought us together, but so many other things that we have in common is what's going to keep our friendship going. I do think though there is a flip side to it. I just like to assume that everybody likes me here on YouTube. I don't go looking for drama. I don't care. I don't have time for it. If somebody doesn't like me, that's totally fine because you know what? Maybe if I got to know you, I wouldn't like you either. Oh my god. So yeah, I've had nothing but good experiences. I am really, really thankful for YouTube. Question number 4, do you accept sponsorships and how do you feel about them? Okay, so I feel like, again, I want to talk about this from my experience as a micro-influencer. When I first got on YouTube, I was so tiny. Listen, I would have been so over the moon if somebody wanted to send me something in exchange for a review. But I've gotten older and I've gotten a little bit wiser, and I have learned now from my friends and just like making my own mistakes here on my channel of like accepting sponsorships in the form of goods. And I've realized that it's just not worth it, especially now that I have a little one. I really don't have the time to work for a product. Like if somebody wants to send me something and I have to promise them something in return, that's not the life I want to live. I love sponsorships. I love when my friends get sponsorships. It's a big deal because people have bills to pay. And one thing I've learned is that you can't pay bills with eyeshadow palettes. You can't pay bills with free stuff. I can't go to my electric company and be like, oh, well, you know I have a $200 electric bill. Can I give you this Kosas foundation to cover half of it? And then I'll pay you cash for the rest. Like, that's not how life works. So I think sponsorships are important. I think you should just embrace sponsorships. If you don't like sponsorships, get YouTube Premium. Just pay for the subscription. I think that YouTubers are business people. They're small business owners. And they deserve to, make some money for the hard work that they put in. Number 5, have you had an experience with a brand that left a bad taste in your mouth? Yes, I actually have. I've had quite a few. It's not a big deal. I've definitely learned from it. But the one thing that I will say is the whole sponsorship thing. That's a big thing that's left a bad taste in my mouth. Very recently, I had a brand that reached out to me that I'd worked with in the past. I told them that the previous agreement I had worked for me, but now things have changed and I have rates. And if you want me to mention XYZ thing, I need to get paid. And they weren't happy with that. They wanted me to talk about their product and, do it in exchange for product. And I said, I don't accept XYZ as payment. Thank you, like, I'm sorry. And they came back to me with like, because of their budget, they can't pay me, and that's fine. Like, I didn't seek you out. You came to me. So if I'm telling you this is what I need to make this happen and you can't give me that, you don't owe me an explanation. I don't owe you an explanation. We can just go our separate ways. So I feel like I'm spilling a lot of tea right now, but it's just like, I honestly was that small creator that was like so excited when a brand noticed me and wanted to send me something, but no more, no more, no more. And that's something that if you guys are small creators watching my channel, please realize that it's gonna do you more harm in the long run than good to just work for free. If you're not sure about something, don't agree to it. Don't sign things without reading through the fine print, and just be smart out there. That's all I'm saying, okay? Question number 6, how do you deal with negative comments? Honestly, I will say that I have a wonderful audience and I don't really get a lot of negative comments. That is not me telling you guys to leave me negative comments, okay? I do try to reply back. If I ever see somebody being sassy, like, I have no problem being sassy back. And then there's the hide user feature. I just want my channel to be a positive place. And I don't know, I mean, we can have good conversations. We can talk about difficult things on my channel. That's not a problem. But overall, I feel like there's a lot of bad in this world, and I just want to keep my channel a relatively happy, relaxing place for people. Number 7, what's your biggest pet peeve when it comes to comments? I think my biggest pet peeve for comments is people trying to tell me how they would have done something. Because it's like, if you wanted to do it like that, then just start your YouTube channel. Like, don't come on here telling me how to do something. I love constructive feedback. Like, I know one of the things I've gotten constructive feedback on is people telling me to show palettes. And so I've been trying really hard to make sure I'm opening every palette. I did my 2021 eyeshadow palette ranking video and I saw quite a few comments where people said, I wish you had shown the inside of the palette. And that was really helpful to me because it's not something I thought of. I just always assume that everybody knows every eyeshadow palette like I do. And I'm like, why do I think that? Why do I think everybody knows what eyeshadow palette I'm talking about just because I like hold up this palette? Like, if I just hold this palette up, like, are you guys gonna know what this palette is or who made it or what the color story is? Probably not. I mean, some of you might because you love YouTube, you love makeup, and you follow all the indie brands. But, you know, if it's your first time watching my channel and it's your first beauty YouTube video ever, like, how the heck are you gonna know what I'm talking about? So I think that comments can be very helpful and respectful, but I just don't have time for people that are like, oh, this is how I would do it. You guys know what I mean. Just like the people that are like know-it-alls that think that they could do it better. It's like, fine, then go start your own channel. Like, don't waste my time. Nobody's asking you to watch my channel. Thank you very much. I'm feeling very sassy today, guys. I'm sorry. Number 8, what is your favorite part of being a content creator? My favorite part right now of being a content creator, just in the phase of life I'm in, I'm a new mom. I'm a very recent like stay-at-home mom, full-time mom, all of the mom things, and I never thought this would be my life. I'm not like a kid person, and I joke with all my friends that I held out for as long as I could to have a baby. The reason I'm really enjoying being a creator right now is because when I'm filming my YouTube videos, it's my time to be myself, and it's a part of my life that is something that I have for myself that's not just me just being a mom. Like, my whole personality is not being a mother, it's not being a wife. I have this whole life that is something that I have for myself, and I think that's so important. When I was telling people that I was pregnant on YouTube and even in real life, so many moms told me, like, don't give up your YouTube thing, like, stick to it, don't give up your love for makeup, because it's so easy to get caught up in being a mom and being tired. I'm really glad that I kept up the channel, and I still plan on doing it because it keeps me sane. I have friends that are also interested in makeup, and I get to talk to you guys and talk to you guys about your day and things that we love. But just to have that piece of me that's myself, that's like my favorite thing right now about being a content creator. Number 9, what is your least favorite part of being a content creator? For me, it's honestly the tech side of it. I just don't find it interesting. I feel like if I wanted to learn it, I could, but man, oh man, I'm so bad about wanting to do that stuff. Everything that I do with tech, my husband has taught me how to do, or friends have like given me advice, but Rel is like my go-to guy when it comes to YouTube questions and like the camera I'm filming on right now. Like, he's the one that helped like pick it out and everything, like he helps me with, and I wish I was just more interested in it. Number 10, do you edit your own content? And if so, do you enjoy it? I do edit my own content. I think that I'm so happy with everything I've learned when it comes to editing. Do I enjoy it? Not always. There are some videos I love editing. I really like editing my new makeup releases. I love editing my ranking videos. I have that flow down. But man, I remember like I hated filming like Get Ready With Me's. I hated editing them. I still kind of do. It's really hard to listen to yourself over and over again. Sometimes I'm not very good at paying attention, so I will watch the same clip like 10 times because before I like have it down edited. And I always try to watch my videos before I post them on YouTube just in case I miss something in editing. So I'll watch my YouTube videos at least 2-3 times before I post them, and that can be a nightmare. And there's times where I'll catch a mistake, but the video is already edited and uploaded onto YouTube, and I'm like, you know what, that's not so bad, I'm just gonna leave that in there. So this is me in the present apologizing for all past and future editing mistakes that'll be in my videos that you guys are gonna have to suffer through. Like, I know there's times I'll put music at the end of my video, and there's times where I've forgotten to lower the volume of the music, and I just like cringe because it just like blasts people's ears off at the end, and I'm like, oh god, that was an accident. Or if you guys remember last year when we had a fire alarm that was dying and it kept beeping in my video. Yeah, there was no way I was editing that out, but I felt so bad because I had so many people commenting saying they thought it was their fire alarm that was dying. Anyway, that's how much I love editing. Number 11, where do you draw the line in regard to sharing on social media? This one's an interesting question because I just had a baby and oh my gosh, like I want to share her so much, but I try really hard to remind myself, first of all, that you're not subscribed to a mom like you're subscribed to a beauty influencer. Not so I can be like, look, Friz making all these funny sounds. Look at this cute outfit. Like I really want to post those things, but I'm trying really hard to remember that that's not what my Instagram is for or my YouTube channel. And also I have been thinking more about how she's gonna react to it when she's older. And I feel like I owe it to her to let that be her decision. For now, I'm trying to be really careful about what I share. I want you guys to see her, but I'm also trying to be really mindful of her privacy. Also, I might have some really nosy family members that don't want to text me and ask me how she's doing, but they want to like creep on me on social media and try to make all these weird assumptions. So I actually really try hard not to share too much about like what we're doing and where we're going because I just can't deal with nosy family members. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question. So question number 12, name one thing you wish you knew when you were starting out. I think I covered that really well in a Get Ready With Me that I did recently. I talked about 5 reasons why you shouldn't start a YouTube channel in 2022. And I think that those things really apply. I just feel like that video really summed up my thoughts on that question. And the one thing, it's so funny. My husband actually pointed this out to me. He's like, you know, YouTube is like the one thing that you could try so hard at, but your channel just might not take off. Like there is no guaranteed formula for a successful channel because you can post 7 videos, 7 days a week, 365, have all the new makeup releases in the world, and you still might not grow as a content creator. And I think ultimately you have to be okay with that because as much as you can be professional and run this like a well-oiled machine, you really don't have control of how successful you'll end up being. And I mean, I still feel like I'm trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure out the formula to grow my channel and get more subscribers and things like that. I'm okay with being where I am. It's definitely encouraging when you see growth on your channel because it tells you you're doing the right thing and you're giving people what they want to see. But sometimes I have those days too where I'm like really down in the dumps because I'm like, oh, nobody likes me. And then you just kind of have to get over it, you know, like everything in life, and keep on keeping on. And I still find a lot of value in my YouTube channel outside of monetary and seeing the growth. I find a lot of value in, like I said, being me, having this thing that I do for myself, and it's something like so unique to me. So yeah, it's a balance, but it can be hard when you put in a lot of work and you don't see the numbers go up, but that's okay. I mean, I guess that is something that is good to know when you start off. Number 13, is there any change you'd like to make to your content in the future? This is something I'm actively working on right now. I'm a self-proclaimed makeup savage. Like, I love eyeshadow palettes. I was on a mission to buy eyeshadow palettes, and I still do. Don't get me wrong, I still love to buy eyeshadow palettes. I make ridiculously bad choices all the time when it comes to buying eyeshadow palettes, and I'm trying so hard, you guys, to be a little bit more mindful, to try and go with quality, not quantity. And it was never about quantity for me. I definitely like to buy quality eyeshadow palettes, but I want to find that happy balance of reviewing enough things, having new makeup, buying everything I like, but also getting enough use out of things. I feel a little bit guilty sometimes when I buy stuff and I don't get around to reviewing them. So I'm trying really hard to buy less things, talk myself out of things. So I mean, I don't know, maybe you guys have noticed the change. I feel like it's gotten a little bit better. I can't say it's 100% yet where I'm only buying and reviewing and everything I buy gets a review and everything you see is all I've bought. Like, I definitely haven't gotten to that yet, but it's something I'm always striving for. So that, and also trying to find creative ways to bring out older palettes in my collection and re-showcasing them to you guys. So if you guys have any ideas of videos that you might like to see, it's always helpful. Leave me comments in any of my videos if you guys want to see any older palettes. If you have any ideas, any good ideas of how to bring in an old palette but also get some good views, then let me know. Number 14, what company / collab is your dream? I do have an idea kind of in the back of my mind, and I was thinking of the brands I would like to collab with. I mean, I think there are so many brands I would like to collab with, but the two I really would like to collab with because I feel like it aligns with the idea I have, and I have no idea if this is how collaborations work, but like dream collab right now would be either Nomad Cosmetics or Odin's Eye, and both of them because I love Nomad's like travel theme, and I think it would be so fun for me to do a Sri Lanka travel themed palette just because it's like where I'm from, and I would really be able to bring like my culture into it. And Odin's Eye because they have the legendary Diversa collection, and I would again love to do something centered around the myths and legends of Sri Lanka because we have a very rich history, very rich history. So I just have those two brands picked out in my head, plus I love their formulas. So yeah, those are just two. I mean, I would love to collab with a lot of other brands as well. I just wanted to be straight up that those are the two brands I really thought of from like a Sri Lanka perspective palette, you know? Number 15, what other creator do you admire and want to work with? So this is really cool. I feel like for me, I've gotten so lucky and gotten to work with so many awesome YouTubers. I'd love to collab, like dream collab Bailey Syrian. Like that would be so cool because she just seems so chill. I'd love to be on full coverage with Manny and Laura. That would be a dream collab. So yeah, those are just a few of the YouTubers that I would love to collab with in the future, but also love all the people that I have collabed with thus far. Number 16, what kind of content do you hate? Hate is a strong word. I would say, what kind of content do I dislike? I honestly, what do I hate? I would say I hate like homesteading. No, I don't even hate that because my dad freaking loves homesteading content. There are some like really bad like homesteading channels though. They're like very boring. I'm like, really, Dad? You're watching somebody like plow their driveway because of the snow? I'm like, we do that here. That's just life in North Dakota. Okay, so thinking about it a little bit, I would say the content I hate is people that are trying to project their beliefs onto other people. Obviously, like everybody has the right to their own opinion, but if it's hurting somebody, I don't think that's the case. So anything like that, I feel like people that are trying to like force their opinion down other people's throats, that's a little hard for me. That I do hate. I think that it's okay to have like discussions and it's okay to agree to disagree, but I don't like creators that are like, this is what I believe in, and if you don't believe what I believe, then you're wrong and I hate you as a person. Like, I have a hard time with content like that. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, question number 17 is very spicy. It's, have you ever had to deal with cancel culture, and if so, how? I never really like addressed this in a video ever, and this happened I think a year or two ago. It was like the Karens of YouTube or small YouTube or something, and I'm like, what? Like, first of all, my name is Karen, like that's my actual name. And there was actually a person in that video, not the person that made the video. This person that was in that video that I had met, that was from Fargo, and she had actually met me and my husband because she had reached out to me via DM and said like, oh my gosh, like I love your channel, and she wanted to bring me cookies. So she actually like gifted me and Rel these cookies, and she like got to meet us in person in our town. I still think to this day, like I feel so glad that I didn't invite them over to my house, because this person lives in my town. I didn't even realize that I had done anything to offend them or any of that stuff. And then I realized this person hasn't reached out. It's so weird, and wanted to be my friend. And I had sent her like a thank you card for gifting us these cookies. And then all of a sudden I see them in this drama video where I happened to be included, and it was a very like kind of unnerving feeling. So yeah, I guess I have been canceled, and I was gonna tell that story actually in a chatty video someday, because I'm still like blown away by that experience. It was weird. It was so weird, so bizarre. I feel kind of crazy talking about it on YouTube because it's such a odd thing to have had happen to me, and I felt like they were trying to get me canceled. I don't know. Listen, I have no idea what the intention of dragging me into that video was, other than the fact that my name is Karen. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. I haven't watched the video in a long time, so I can't even tell you what was actually in it at this moment in time. Basically, I felt like I got dragged into something that I wasn't really involved in, that nobody had approached me on and talked to me about personally in my DMs. And so, yeah, that was that. And I guess I survived. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm sorry. I really try to keep things positive on my channel. So the question was asked and I did my best to answer it. I might edit this whole thing out. I might not post this video. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I make any sense. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. You guys, I so appreciate all the time you guys spend watching my videos, commenting, so thank you so much. Don't forget to check out Sarah, Kate the Great, Angie, Heather, all of the things. I will link them all down in the description box, and I will catch you guys in another video very soon.